Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, BTM here, bringing you my very first Civ 5 match. In this match, which will span several episodes, I'll be playing as Egypt, which is a fairly straightforward and easy civilization to begin to learn the game Civilization 5 with. I am playing in the expansion pack, Gods and Kings, and I'm super excited to learn this game and to share it with you. So without further ado, let us begin.
We greet thee, O great Ramses, Pharaoh of Egypt, who causes the sun to rise and the Nile to flow, and who blesses his fortunate people with all the good things of life. O great Lord, from time immemorial your people lived on the banks of the Nile River, where they brought writing to the world, advanced mathematics, sculpture, and architecture. Thousands of years ago, they created the great monuments which still stand tall and proud. O Ramses, for uncounted years your people have endured as other petty nations around them have risen and then fallen into dust. They look to you to lead them once more into greatness. Can you honor the gods and bring Egypt back to a rightful place at the very center of the world? Can you build a civilization that will stand the test of time?
Hell yes, we will build a civilization that can stand the test of time. So, sweet. So right off the bat, we get to see some ancient ruins, which is a good thing. Let's go back to our Thebes. We're going to pick our technology, and for people new to the Civ 5 genre, let me explain how technology works. As you unlock technology, we'll open the technology tree to see, you can unlock further technology. Now, at each level of technology, you can unlock 3 different types of things. You can unlock a building, like the Great Library or a circus. You can unlock a unit, such as a war chariot or a composite bowman, or you can unlock an ability, such as clearing a marsh, removing jungle, constructing roads, having embassies established, and the such. So basically, your scientific overview is figure out what you want your civilization to do, and then you pick a scientific path that will help you do it. Now, some of the basic ones, in fact pretty much all of these, you will have to learn, just because in order to get farther on, right, like let's talk if we want to have airplanes, right, we're pretty much going to need everything below us. So in the long run, it doesn't really matter what we pick, but in the short term of maximizing the resources we have near us quickly and using our game and our early game to our advantage and having a strong early game, it does matter. So right off the bat, we're going to see that we have cotton near us, which requires calendar, salt, which requires mining, and in general just farms. Now I do really want to grab that cotton and that salt. However, Egypt's special ability is that they can build wonders faster, right? Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Here we go. Their abilities that they can build wonders faster. So I'm going to want to go down a technology that will allow me to get some good wonders that I want. Now, the biggest wonder here, the 2 wonders I really like in the early game, I like Stonehenge is because they give you a huge boost to your faith, and I like the pyramids, which allows you to build on tiles faster and gives you great engineer points. For this game, I'm not going to worry so much about faith yet, so I think I'm going to go for the pyramids and try to build the pyramids as fast as possible. So that's going to be our goal. We're going to build mining first, right? We can select it, and then I'm actually going to select one past mining, which is masonry. And so when I click on masonry, it'll select everything necessary to get to there. And there's one technology previous. Now, let's say I wanted to get flight, right? And all I cared about was getting flight. It will do 38 technologies prior, right? If we go back down the tree, that I need in order to get to flight. And see how it picked just everything I needed? But I needed most of these early ones to get it. So, all I have to say, that's how the technology works. It's fairly straightforward, but for now, let's get masonry. I really love playing Egypt because as a beginner, you can just spam wonders and generally use that to catapult your civilization to where you want it to be. And in case you're wondering, our goal in this game is to beat everybody with a really strong military. So right away, we have a choice. We can get a scout, a warrior, a worker, or a monument. I think I'm going to get a monument. I want to have culture. I want my borders to grow. So that's what we're going to do right off the bat. That's our first turn. So let's grab these ancient runes. Oh, sweet. So we got some population. Now, what population does is population are the amount of people that can work on things, right? So they can work on tiles around you, or they can work on buildings you have. Now, we don't have any buildings yet besides our palace, which is our basic building, I guess you could say. We don't have any other buildings, so they can only work on the tiles around us, and we can see how this tile and this tile are being worked on, and this is giving us this much food, and this is giving us this much food in production. So that's all pretty fine and dandy at this point. Now, there's the three things you can get. You can get food, production, or gold. Gold allows you to buy things, pay for things, maintain armies, and the such. Food determines your growth rate, and production determines how fast your city can make things. Now, for this treasure, we just found a crudely drawn map, which outlines the surrounding area, and I hate finding maps, honestly. They're my least favorite treasure of all. I always feel like, oh man, I'd be so much better if I got something cooler, you know, as a treasure, but we didn't. We got a map, so we'll take what we can get, and right away, here is somebody over here, so we're going to make contact with them. And this will probably be the first person we end up killing. So this is exciting, right? It's the Phoenicians.
Purukuha kanani itatala memlakata na aman. Anuk dido amalkat ka khadast wakulula.
Alright, so one of my favorite things about Civ is that she talks in her native language to begin with. I mean, that to me is just so cool. So that was the ancient Phoenician language, whatever language it was that they actually spoke. So very cool. We met her. Again, she's probably going to have to be the first person we kill. In fact, let's start making warriors right now, I guess, as we look forward to eventually having to declare war on her. I'm a bit of a warmonger, I won't lie. I am very aggressive, I'm very expansive, so we can see on the map various different types of resources. Here's some more salt, sheep, and various resources require various technology to be able to utilize. Later on, we're going to find like uranium and coal and iron and horses, and that will really expand our understanding of this game as well. So, excellent. Here we go. Still exploring. Now, we've unlocked enough culture, and what culture does is it allows you to unlock policies, and these different policy trees will give you different benefits. So, honor, I'll just read it, improves the effectiveness of one's army in a variety of ways. Adopting honor gives a 33% combat bonus versus barbarians, and notifications will be provided when barbarian encampments spawn in revealed territory. Gain culture for the enemy for each barbarian killed. Now, I'm not too worried about barbarians, so I'm not sure I really want to have barbarian. So what I am going to do is I could go liberty, which will grant me rapid expansion, which is good. I like rapid expansion. Or I could go tradition, which increases my growth rate and my culture. Now, I'm more of a rapid expansion because I'm playing militarily, so I should either go liberty or honor. I think in this case I'm going to go liberty. It grants me one culture right off the bat. But I can either get a worker with my next policy, or down the road a settler, or more happiness for my cities. So that's the way I'm going to go. We're going to go down the liberty path for this game. Although in different games, we'll definitely be sure to go down different paths. So there we go. I got my very first warrior pop out. There we go. And remember, our goal here is just to start making a huge army. I want to try to kill. I want to try to kill her as soon as is possible. I want to beat her, and then when I kill her, or I don't kill her, but when I conquer her, I can actually take over her city. So that's kind of my goal there, to conquer her, and then use her city as my own. So with that in mind, I think the next thing I'm going to go for is I'm going to go for archery. I really want to start getting archers out fairly quickly. Now, in terms of production, I'm going to wait till this warrior's made. Actually, you know what? I could keep making warriors, or I could get the pyramids, and I really want to make the pyramids. So I think I'm going to switch to the pyramids and only have these two warriors for now. And we'll see how soon or not soon we end up attacking her. Oop, more ancient ruins. Excellent. So we're just kind of exploring the map a bit. And we do have the option, by the way, is down the road to automate our explorers. So I'll be sure to show you that actually right here. So see this explorer? I can click here, which says reveals additional options. Click and it says explore automated. So we're gonna just have them go automated because we don't know what kind of map this is. We don't know if this is like a Pangea kind of map, or an island type of map, or fractal contents type of map. Oh, and here's a city-state. You can tell they're city-states because of the dotted lines. It means they're basically like a civilization with one line around them, and they'll give you quests, and they can be your allies or your enemies. Really interesting stuff. This is a state of Budapest. Excellent. We met them first, so we get some gold. Now, here we have the opportunity to either get a tile construction rate increase in a worker or get the advantage of a republic. I think I'm going to pick the republic because I want to get that settler that I can unlock on my policy after republic. So we're going to get the republic social policy. There we go. And already off the bat, we are striving to grow as fast as possible, and those pyramids are growing really quickly. So, and nothing more over here we can do. There's ocean. We can't cross the ocean yet. Now, in terms of research, we have arrows, so when we want to make soldiers, we'll be able to. And we can access our salt nearest. But if we're going to access this cotton to gain happiness, we're going to need to have calendar. So what I'm going to do is because calendar allows us to build plantations. So I'm going to go to calendar and start setting my track, I guess, my science track, to be on calendar so I can get to calendar. So that's kind of what we're doing there. And our pyramids still have 12 turns to go. Now, let's see. Occasionally, this game will show you a list of where different people rank in the game. And there's only 6 people in this game, so it's 6 out of 6. And this one is how much gold we have. And I'm currently leading, so excellent. And Carthage is actually in second, so not bad. But we found local barbarian encampments. I'm guessing, actually I'm going to set you guys to be automated too. Guessing the barbarian encampment is up there. And I don't know why finding a treasure would show me that barbarian encampment. Oh, okay, there's one over there. There's one over there. And there's one right here. Okay, well, we're going to want to go clear out that barbarian encampment. Otherwise, it'll attack us. So we're going to get those soldiers to march on over. Where's my other soldiers? We're going to get them to march on over. And we're going to get... Where did he go? Did he die? Oh, right here. Right, okay. And we're going to send them to march on over. And the thing about barbarians is they will spawn more and more units as time progresses. So when you find a camp, you really have to attack it quickly. Otherwise, literally, barbarians are just going to start appearing endlessly. And it's so frustrating when you have a worker improving on a tile and barbarians come in.
Shall the clay say to him that fashioneth it, what makest thou?
And they're just going to keep attacking you. Incredibly frustrating. So that's why we're sending our men over. And look, they already have some archers out and about running around on the map. So fortunately, we have 2 warriors coming on over to defend the homeland. Thebes will not fall. And wow, they're running directly to me. Now, because they're so close, I can actually have my main city fire on them, which is a good thing. So, and we're going to have... So when you click on a unit and you want to fight war to war, you click on them, you can hover over them, and you'll see about how much damage you'll do. Now, because archers are a ranged unit, attacking them up close will be a tremendously effective attack. So we're going to have them attack. Now the thing about units and their damage is the amount of damage they have changes depending on how much health they have left. So this archer, even though it'll attack one or both of these, it won't be able to do much damage because it's injured by my 2 warriors. So we're doing pretty good so far in terms of fighting off these archers. See, like that did 14 damage, but if those archers were full strength, that would have done 50 or 60 damage. So we're going to have these warriors crawl up the hill, just beat them to death with our clubs, and Thebes is safe, but now we got to march on to that barbarian encampment. So now that we can see it, we're going to have these men heal for 1 turn while these men rope around, and then we'll attack them in a big 2-on-1, and we'll clear out the barbarian encampment. When you clear out barbarian encampments, you actually end up getting gold for each one you clear out. So it's actually a pretty good thing to attack them and be aggressive towards them. Now, if I had the honor bonus, I actually would get a little bit of culture for each barbarian encampment I killed, plus I would get some, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, plus I'd have a bonus, an attack bonus. So it wouldn't necessarily be bad if you know you're going to have to fight a lot of barbarians to do that.
So teach us to number our days, so that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom.
Alright, that's pretty cool. Now, just so you know, not every time there's technology, it's not a Bible verse, but they do read you an inspirational quote about whatever subject you're researching, which I find to be fascinating. So right here, you may notice we actually have the ability to heal up our units. Now, they just spawned some new archers. So I'm wondering, should I get a open terrain bonus? Should I get a drill bonus? Or should I get a heal instantly bonus? Now, he has about half his health, I'm guessing. So I'm pretty tempted to heal them both. That way I can kill them. So I think that's what I'm going to do for both of these guys. Even though the terrain bonus would be better, I don't want to let them kill me, because that, I feel, would defeat the purpose of attacking this barbarian encampment. So here we go. Killed almost all of the archers. Very good thing. And we're going to launch a pretty big attack on this barbarian encampment with our other set of warriors. Now, the thing is, every certain number of turns, the barbarian encampments will keep making men. So that's why it's so imperative that we keep attacking and we get rid of them as fast as possible. Because once my pyramids are done and I have workers approaching, they're going to be able to kidnap my workers and destroy my land and the stuff I upgrade. And we don't want that. So, now that we have pyramids done, though, we do want to get a little bit more aggressive. Remember, our goal is to take out Phoenicians. So we're going to want to look towards a good unit that we can get to be aggressive towards. So I think what we're going to want to do, we could go Composite Bowman, or we could go to the Hanging Gardens. Now, I like the Hanging Gardens because they provide a huge amount of food, +6, right? Which means our home city, or our main city, will grow dramatically. And we get catapults, and I want catapults in order to attack the Phoenicians so I can take down their city a lot easier. So we're going to go to mathematics and try to get catapults as quickly as possible. And then we're going to march over to Dido? I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. Then we're going to march over to Dido and launch our attack there. So first off, let's take the barbarian encampment. We're able to defeat them, clear out the evil barbarians. We get some gold. You get a certain amount of gold from each one. And we're going to kill the archers. And at last, our lands are safe. Doing a public service here. So that's great. And now we have the opportunity to get policy. And we're going to get that new settler. And now we're going to move this settler to wherever we want to build a city. And expand our empire. Now, in terms of building a city, we want to build it near luxury resources so we get happiness and our city grows well. And so I'm looking for some luxury resources here. I see salt, but we already have a source of salt, so I'm not necessarily super concerned about getting more salt. But here I can get 2 sets of furs and some stone, so I think that's going to be where I want to build my city. Plus it'll be really close to her, so I'll be able to put some pressure on her as a player and mess with her a bit, I guess, would be a good way to express it. Now, I'm going to heal up these units. We don't want them to be at all injured afterwards. There we go. Heal them up, and boom. There we go.
Oh, let not the pains of death which come upon thee enter into my body. I am the god Tem, and I am in the foremost part of the sky. And the power which protecteth me is that which is with all the gods forever.
Alrighty, so we built the pyramids. That means we get 2 free workers. We're going to send one here immediately to start working on the calendar. We're going to get our other here because we want to have the happiness from the luxury resource. And we'll discuss soon what happiness does. Now, we could build an archer in 3 turns, or we could build Stonehenge, which will allow us to start using faith. I'm not really looking for faith right now, even though I could build it pretty quickly. So I'm going to work on making some archers because, like I said, I really want to start attacking Carthage and getting them out of the game as fast as possible. A little bit brutal of me, but that's what we're going to do. So we're going to build our city here on this tundra. And oh sweet, we were able to connect it to our main city of Thebes. So now, let's see, construct. Now the thing is, we have unhappiness, and when cities aren't happy, they only grow at 1/4 the normal speed. So if your empire is happy, not only will you get to golden ages, which give you more resources, your cities will grow better. So that's why we don't want our empire to be unhappy. But it's pretty unhappy now, but fortunately later on it won't be unhappy. The first thing I think we're going to build here is a granary, which will increase the amount of food made by the city. Because it's by tundra, not going to necessarily get a lot of food, right? So we're going to want to get that granary up, get the food production from that city increasing. That way, this city can be healthy and growing really quickly. Okay, so we just got a notification. An unmet player entered the classical era. And what that means is that they got a technology on the other side of this line, the classical era line. So they have one of these 4 technologies. We don't know which. So that's what that means. Anyway, us on the other hand, we're going to keep working on making archers. And we're going to keep amassing our army. Because remember, our big goal here is to take over Carthage. And maybe even after we take it over, we'll connect them all with a road to our main cities. And then we'll get the trade bonus. And unfortunately, guys, I just skipped over reading the words there. I'm very sorry. I did not mean to. Oh, okay, so they're done with the plantation. So we're going to have them go over here and build a farm. And they're done with the salt mine. So I guess we'll have them come over here and build a farm as well. So I think that does it for this first episode. We got a little bit of an understanding of the goal of the game. Although maybe not in detail. I'll get to that, I guess, the next game. The 5 different types of victory and such. And we got a little bit of actual gameplay and understanding the decision and how to understand it. And thank you so much for watching. We'll definitely delve more in depth and more detailed later. And I look forward to bringing you another episode.